So, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode, where I now have the Gilded Ginger. It's right here. Anyhow, I've made some upgrades to the ranch. Some pretty useful stuff. Like, now we can get to the Slime Science Barn a lot faster, as you can see. And we added a teleporter for the Glass Desert. I know there is one up there, but for some reason it doesn't actually activate the other one that's back at the ranch. So this is the Glass Desert. As you can see, it's got big giant glass structures like these, which can cause some pretty dangerous solar anomalies randomly. So pretty though. Anyhow, we now have a slime key. Yes, these are the oases. I've already sprung up quite a few of them. I have a bunch, since I've been here before, I have a bunch of Mosaic, Tingle, not Gordos, I was gonna say, what do you call them? Largos at home. And now we can access the rest of the Glass Desert. I suppose if we really could, we could take a shortcut. I want to see what else is here. Hello, angry slimes. Where are we on the map? So we're like right in the center of the upper area. The Glass Desert has some really interesting music. Whoa, what is down there? Oh, it's a prickly pear tree. Nice. Let's see what's in this crate. Nothing useful. What is... So now we're gonna try and get up there. Cause Hobson's last note is up there, if my memory is correct. Just barely made it. Phew. This is some really interesting music. Oh, what is that? That's a really interesting message to the player, honestly. Okay, so both of the doors go the same way. That's good. That's cool looking. Is this his last note? Let's read it. So the thing is that I haven't been reading Casey's letter, unfortunately, or his or her letters rather, so we won't see the ending until probably a few days. So you know what, since we don't have any items on us that are particularly valuable, let's knock ourselves out. Let me pause for 1 second. I just want to know what is the name of his last in the letter. Okay, so now I know it's life is different. So we should be able to receive all of his notes, I think. Or hers, rather, I keep saying he. Casey's gender is left intensely ambiguous. Actually, let's read. Hi, Bia. What's it like to sleep for a whole year? Did you dream? I can't imagine that's what that's like. 7Z puts you in a pod and then lights out for all that time. Wow. What's the far range like? Have you started exploring? Is the air as clear as they say? I bet it's really beautiful. I'm probably asking too many questions. I bet you have a lot of work to do on that ranch. I still can't believe it's yours now. I guess I better leave it to you and just keep it short. Good luck, Bia. If anything can make it out there, it's you, Casey. Hi, Bia. I bought a cactus from you, sorta. When I came back home, it was one of the only things left in your shop. I was a lonely little guy, so I decided to adopt it. You know I kill every plant I touch, but I promise you this will be the last. I mean, if I can't keep a cactus alive, then clearly something is really wrong. When I look at added, I think of you out there on the range doing your thing. Hope you're okay, Casey. Casey, I got your mail. Of course I remember that day. I feel like that was when you and I was really connected. It was raining so hard that the streets were flooding and we took shelter in that cafe. It was like a scene from a movie, only we both looked like wet animals. And the guy writing us off was a real tyrant. The only way we could stay inside was by ordering one coffee after another. I feel like we learned a lot more about each other that day than ever. Maybe it was the coffee because we were both talking really fast. I told you about my dreams, making music and all that. At least that's how I remember it. Walking home when the rain came back, you got closer to me and my heart was racing. But I couldn't blame that on the coffee. Casey. With Death Hike. Hi Bia, do you remember when you took me hiking? I still didn't know how serious you were about the whole outdoors thing, and your idea of a hike just killed me. I sewed up in normal clothes and shoes and you were decked out and had a pack and gear. It was a nightmare for me, haha. I think it was around the 5-mile mark when I was drenched in sweat and really collapsed and I realized our ideals of fun were very two different things. Also, you weren't even out of breath and I still totally hate you for that, Casey. The van. Haha, it wasn't that bad. You just don't have the fortitude to make it as an artist, I guess. Beatrix LeBeau can climb a mountain before breakfast but can't spend a few days in him. Modestly accommodated, breaks down in only half the time Vincent's touring van. You were so miserable. I still laugh about it, but I did really appreciate it for those 2 days. It was great to have you in the crowd. The van still runs, by the way, Casey. New Year's Eve. Hi Bia, do you remember New Year's Eve when we were looking for that party? While we were wandering around the city lost, I got my bearings. I didn't tell you because I knew we were close to that coffee shop run by the tyrant. And since it was starting to rain, I thought it would be really romantic to stumble across that place again. I guess I finally found the courage, but the coffee shop went out of business and it was a taco place now. So we ate tacos in the rain. It was just the best thing. We were on the roof of your old apartment, hoping to see the fireworks. I was going to tell you something then, but that's when you told me about Africa. It sounded like an amazing trip. I was really happy that you were doing what you love to do, Casey. Oh. I did it again. Casey, thanks Bia. I never knew you felt that way. I picture you out there on a safari, avoiding the clutches of lions on the savannah, riding elephants across raging rivers. And then, as you sit under the stars at night, your withered hand opens up a lock and there's a picture of me inside. And then your loyal chimpanzee companion gives you a somber knowing look. Is that accurate? Haha. Well, for what it's worth, I missed you too when I was in LA. Ugh, that bar was just awful, but at least I got some stage time. Casey. P.S. The chimp's name was Colonel Bananas. Hi Bia. The year we both came home, do you think it would ever have worked? I mean, with being with you every day instead of long distance with you, that was great. I remember feeling really happy, but something was missing. We both knew we were giving something up for it all. I think about it all the time. That if we had been less honest about it, you might be still wearing that little garden sock, but still be trying to write music out of the basement. It doesn't matter. I said I told you what I never did. I still have said it 100 times. Casey. No star mail? Oh. London. I know it was the right thing to do. I appreciate you letting me know, but it never felt the same as having you close by. London was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, and an opportunity to tour and do what I love, but I still missed you like crazy. You told me about going to the Far Range and made me miss you even more even before you were gone. I guess that's just us. What we really want just so happens to be in different parts of a known universe. I mean, that's a long distance, and there's being so far away that time itself might actually function differently. Why not write more songs about that, huh? Casey. Life is different now. Now this is the last letter. As soon as we close this and exit, I think we get actually see the credits. I had to hear the hint about Hings when you slept on your way across the stars. It could almost scare me when Hings got easier, but when I finally realized what we each have now is what I want all along. Because if you're still the girl that I know, you're happy out there on the very furthest frontier. I hope the happiness you feel now lasts forever. I hope that the sunsets over there are as gorgeous as they are over here, and that if you search far enough on a rainy day, some rancher out there might have a taco stand you can visit. I realize that the last one probably isn't likely to happen, but it would be romantic, right? I'm glad to have shared a part of me with you, Beatrix LeBeau, and I'm happy to know that maybe one of those stars I see up there in the sky is you, Casey. Music sounds different for some reason. X, is there one more letter? Yeah, there is. So there's one more, I think. There's another tour coming up, and I have a feeling that this will be the one, so here I am packing my bags and thinking of you. Maybe this is how it felt when you were leaving for your big adventure. Lots of excitement, lots of butterflies, and even though I knew you were so far away, I keep thinking that maybe I'll catch you somewhere out there in the crowd. If that ever happens, I promise I'll sing a song for you. Today, Beatrix took a moment to reflect. She thought about Hobson and Flora, the adventures she had explored in the Far Range. But most of all, she thought of Casey and wondered where life would take her next.
Oh, please don't say that you'll go. My heart can't bear the news. Just knowing that you'll be 1,000 light years away if you do. And will you know when it's through? When you find what you're looking for, will you know what to do 1,000 light years away when you do? Oh, when you do. And I should have said it before you were gone, 'cause I'm kicking myself for waiting oh so long. And I should have held you near every time I fear somehow you just wouldn't feel the same. So please don't say that you'll go. My heart can't bear the news. Just knowing that you'll be 1,000 light years away if you do. Oh, if you do. Well, I'm just sitting here gazing up at the stars. Let's say we pick one out and call the whole thing ours. And even though that light we see ain't the same for you and me, well, you'll know and I'll know that you and I can't even be 1,000 light years away, and I'd still love you. Oh yes, yes I do. I love you.
Oh, that was really sweet. So we beat Slime Rancher. I'm actually kind of proud of myself. For every pioneer on every new frontier, be brave, be bold, and stay wiggly. Well, that's probably the end of this playthrough for now. I want to really thank... Oh. Well, before I say that, let's go check that out. Hello, Beatrix. I just wanted to thank you for taking care of the old ranch. I know I left it in a bit of a sorry state, and from that what I hear, it's looking mighty fine these days. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy knowing that it's in such good hands. As a little thank you, I've activated 3 secret vaults that I've built years ago to stash a small fortune of mine. I've always planned on using that as walking around money in the great beyond, but I ain't need it for that no more. But you know me, I like a good adventure. I'm not telling where the vaults are located. Go explore. Well, as I said, this might be the last video in this playthrough for now. I might check out the vaults, make a couple extra videos for that. But seeing as how I usually play games for endings or just to play them all the way through, this is going to be the probably last video of this playthrough. As usual, I have a Patreon. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. If you're already a subscriber, be sure to check that notification bell. Thank you for watching and have a good day.